What's going on, guys? This is Miasin, and I know I'm really late with this OCG Metagame breakdown. It's because I was at YCS Philadelphia, and I couldn't really upload this video during, like, the week because I was too busy uploading other, post-ban list videos, like top 10, something, etc. And now that I finally kind of ran out of ideas, might as well just go with the most low-effort kind of video that I can do and just commentate over something that already exists. Thank you so much, my boy Akira, always hooking me up with the goo. Yeah, this is really interesting because it's a huge compilation of 231 top performing decks during the span of like 2 weeks, and I also have some other things to go over that are a little more recent. So this is the China Zhuanghu regional qualifier, but a pretty big one, 339 players, especially in such a small country that, the population of China is also microscopic. And also we got a YCS in Japan with only 4,000 players. Best out of one, yes, because no, it's basically like Master Duel, but this is like the OG Master Duel because we've been having these kind of YCSs for, a few years now, and it's also always some really unique decks that win, like always some sussy decks that you would never play in like a best out of 3, like who the frick plays Mikanko or Kashtira Purrely, like nani, bro. But yeah, anyways, today we will be going over all these beautiful articles, but before this video starts, my man, you already know the drill. Friendly reminder to smash the like and subscribe button, and now let's get right into it. Alright, so first things first, Purrely is the best deck of the format. No shit, it's pretty much always the same thing, as you can see from the previous. Okay, you know what? Forget it. But yeah, it's been stabilizing itself at like 15% for like the past few weeks or months. So nothing new here. Mathmech being the second best deck also makes sense. Superheavy Samurai, no shit. Adamancipator, especially the Superheavy Samurai build. And then we got Runic, which is usually Runic stun. It's a really ignorant deck. It's very not fun to play against. Kashtira, which shocks me because the deck is like so nerfed in the OCG. They only have one Fenrir, one Unicorn, and one Field Spell. Pretty big consistency nerf. Anyways, Despia, which should be higher on the list. Rescue A is very interesting deck. It's pretty good. Actually, one card combo kind of gets you a bunch of negates. And then Vanquish Soul. Another interesting deck in the OCG, they have Maxi, so the deck is, it is better, but at the same time, because of the fact that Maxi is not a thing in the TCG, maybe it could be easier to be innovative with this deck. If you're playing it as like a control deck, it might not be as good. Anyways, Tier Elements, again, they have Chaos Ruler in the OCG, so that's the reason why Tier Elements is doing so much better. Labyrinth, so 5 builds out of 8 are playing with the furniture monsters. Because of the fact that they're playing furnitures and they were discarding cards on turn 0, they are also playing the Shizu monsters because they are the best cards to discard off of Chandra and Stovey. If you discard them, then you can trigger your Mudora or Keldo to shuffle back a bunch of cards. So against Mathmech, they can like, fizzle on the Super Factorial, like target 3 monsters, and then you just like shuffle everything back so they don't summon anything. Against Purrely, you can make the Purrely Lily just not summon at all. And against a bunch of other decks, you can also screw them over. It's only bad against Kashtira, but these Shizu monsters will always be good cards, honestly. And this build is playing Tour Guide, which is very interesting, but it makes sense. You go normal Tour Guide, summon Fiendish Rhino Warrior, and then you do something. Fiendish Rhino Warrior sends Absolute King Backjack, and that gets you a trap card. So it's not bad at all. Rika, okay, alright, very interesting. Yeah, it's a good deck, but Exorcister, which is like so fragile. Magician, Unchained, Adventure, Synchron, this is the Illusionist deck. I mean, it's basically Chimera, but there are some Illusionist monsters. It's not supposed to just be Illusionist. Anyways, Hero, Mathmech, and Ignister. Sprite Trabrigade, holy shit. Sky Striker, it should be better, Bernard, because they have 2 Engage and 3 Kigari. Oh my god, it's so disappointing to see that. Tiny Sword Soul, they have Protos, but for some reason, they're not really doing anything with it. Adventure, Infernal Knight, Blackwing, Bestial Dragonlink, this is super disappointing. Bestial Thunder Dragon, also disappointing. Nobody gives a shit about Colossus, even though they have one. Crystal Beast, Dinosaur, Dinomorphia, Endymion. Okay, so Magician is better than Endymion. I guess Pen best deck, what can I say? Whatever this is, yes. Kashtira Scareclaw, very interesting. Lunalight, sorry, no, my god, not Lunite. Fairy Tail, Luna, Kaiju, Mech Knight. Super complicated for no reason. Mathmech, Salamangreat, WTF, question mark. Bruv, Scareclaw, Manadium, pretty much the same thing as this, because they're all playing Kashtira, Scareclaws, and sometimes Manadium. Trap Tricks, and yes, alright, cool. Now let's get right into the, main, meat of the article. So the number 1 deck is Purrely, of course, and the interesting thing about the Purrely deck is that some people, I guess, are dropping Squamata and Hedgehog from their deck and just playing like 3 Brow, just saying fuck it, I don't even care. I guess it makes sense, why not? Because sometimes the Hedgehog and Squamata can be bricks if you ran out of Brows, especially when you're only playing 1. So if you're only playing 3 Brows, you're never gonna have that problem. And Summon Limit is also a very very interesting card. If you get hit by a Season Core or a Kaiju, you just flip summon limit and then your opponent can only summon once after that. And even if you flip the summon limit after, it doesn't matter because summon limit actually remembers all the summons that were done, you know, before it was flipped. So that's a really cool card. But apart from that, the deck is not interesting at all. I do disagree with only 2 Purrely Lily because now the grind game of this deck is going to be dog shit. Yeah, I don't know. This card, by the way, a Purrely, I think it's, yeah, a Purrely Noir is really broken. You can set the trap card and just summon like something big. So, all right. So now for Mathmech, another kind of, you know, standard deck, standard build as well. So everybody's playing the exact same cards, always playing Dotscaper, the Spirit Monsters. And the TCG, obviously, Dotscaper is not seeing any play because this card is only good with the Link 1 Decoder or something. I forgot the name. Basically, it's a 1-card Terahertz, which is the only thing you really need to know. The Spirit Monsters are better than the Firewall Monsters because the Firewall package, it's like 3 good cards to 1 bad card. The blue Firewall is just really bad, and the red one is obviously really good. It only summons a monster from deck, though, not from hand or deck. So if you draw the blue one, you're screwed. I'm gonna be making, by the way, a video on all the cards that are no longer worth playing and the old cards that might be worth playing now, because I do believe that even though the ban list wasn't that big, it did change things up, you know, enough. And now in the side deck, we can see Solemn Scolding, which is a really interesting side deck card because it can negate just about anything that would threaten your Super Factorial. So if your opponent's trying to like red reboot you, you can Scolding that, or if your opponent's trying to like Ghost Bell you, you can also Scolding that. Where Solemn Judgment cannot negate monster effects, only monster summons and spell and trap card activations, which is not that good. Solemn Scolding, on the other hand, I think can negate anything, including spell and trap effects, but I don't know. It can't negate everything, but almost everything. It's like monster effect, monster summon, spell card activation, trap card activations. Yeah, it covers a lot of ground, but you have to pay 3,000 life points, and you can only activate Solemn Scolding when you have no other set cards in your spell and trap zone. But obviously, by the time you flip the Super Factorial, it's no longer set, so now you can activate the Scolding, which is really nice. And only 2 copies of that because drawing multiples would be really bad. For obvious reasons, you can't set 2 Scoldings, because otherwise both of them are dead. And the really sussy thing here is citing a second access code. If you do that in the TCG, your friends are gonna bully you to the death because it literally makes no sense. It's not even like you can say this is like a Chimera Tech Fortress or Mega Fleet Dragon. Doesn't make any sense why you would side deck 1 access code. Or even Gagaga Cowboy would make sense, but not this. And then a bunch of one-ofs, which again, you're gonna be losing a bunch of friends over here in North America or Europe if you do that. This is where it gets really interesting. Superheavy Samurai, the absolute goo, and I can't believe they managed to come up with something this smart. And so as you can see, they're no longer playing Artifact Scythe because for some reason that card was legal in the OCG all along, but instead of that, they were doing something that is actually way more degenerate. And oh my god, again with the extra deck cards in the side deck. But it does make sense. Now you might be thinking, but Yaksign, what are they trying to achieve? It's Superheavy Samurai, they can do whatever they want. Yes, absolutely, but instead of making, you know, 5 negates like a virgin, they're actually doing extremely degenerate things, implying preventing the opponent from activating any cards or effects for a full turn by turboing out a Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity on their opponent's turn. That is absolutely disgusting, and the way they do that is thanks to It's Your Boy Crimson Dragon. So basically, with the effect of Crimson Dragon, you have a quick effect that allows you to transform one of your synchro monsters into another dragon synchro with the same level from your extra deck as a quick effect. So if you can summon this boy right here, the Superheavy Samurai Brave Masawuro or something, and upon summon, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects for the rest of the turn, and also your opponent cannot respond to that, which doesn't really matter too much, but maybe if your opponent has droplets, but it's not gonna matter because your opponent could also droplet the Crimson Dragon. But Dark Ruler No More would be doing nothing because you're always gonna be doing that on draw phase or something, so that's really freaking disgusting. So yeah, this combo against like pretty much any, you know, aggressive deck will always lose out, unless you're playing against like a trap deck. Then if they can't do anything for a turn, it doesn't matter because they're gonna be going set 5 pass anyways. But you should be winning all your games against trap decks, especially when you can synchro summon like a Black Rose Dragon on your opponent's turn. So that's actually really nasty because you can also transform your Odd Eyes Meteor Burst into a Black Rose, and Odd Eyes Meteor Burst in this deck is really cool. You can special summon your scales from the scales and keep comboing off even more. I just really like the strategy overall. It just makes a lot of sense, and with the Synchron monsters, everything is possible because again, we don't have these cards in the TCG. shit. But yeah, this deck is playing a bunch of hand traps as well. 3 Ash, 2 Ogre, 2 Mourner, 3 Max. Holy crap, how much is that? Like 17 or something? I just said a random number. 5, 7, 10, 13, 15, 7. I'm literally a god, no freaking way. Literally random number, 17. Holy shit, that's actually crazy. And main decking the Super Heavy Samurai Thief. This is an out to skill drain, so you can always search it and then special summon it, and then you're locked under Super Heavy Samurai only for the rest of the turn. But it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter. And also, I think even if you're locked, you can still do the combo if you started with Crimson Dragon, because the final monster that you're summoning is the Brave Masaruo, and then you're going to be synchro summoning into that using this and a level 2 tuner or something. I think it's a level 10 monster. I could be wrong. Super Heavy Samurai Thief, yeah, it's a level 10 monster. Oh, that's broken. So convenient. Jesus. It's a really good card, too. Yeah, really nasty deck. I wonder if we could actually be doing that in the TCG as well, even without the Scarecrow. Well, obviously, but we're going to be needing a bunch of cards. It's not going to be a one-card combo at all. I think even in the OCG, it might not be a one-card combo. I really have to check, but it doesn't really change anything to our lives because, again, we're from the TCG, not the OCG. And the side deck has 1 Archfiend Eccentric and not 3, even though it's not searchable. Very interesting. 2 Denko Seka, 2 Shifter, which is absolutely hilarious. Because people are like complaining of getting shifted when they are playing Super Heavy Samurai. Like, oh my god, my deck loses so much to Drool and Shifter. Anyways, let's play Shifter against my opponents. Yeah, I guess it's really good against Adamancipator though. Oh, speaking of the devil, Adamancipator, imagine activating that grass looks greener and then your opponent chases Shifter. But yeah, what is interesting here, I guess Ancient Fairy Dragon with no field spells. I don't know. I don't know. It looks suboptimal, but I guess you can special summon a monster from the hand, and that's good enough. Revolution Synchron being, of course, a level 3 tuner monster, because in this deck, it might be a little difficult to summon odd level synchro monsters, since most of your tuners are level 2 and 4. Only the hand traps are level 3, as well as this card, right? Of course, but combo does involve Odd Eyes Meteor Burst, so that's the reason why it might be a little awkward, but you're searching this card with Gear Gigant X, so it's not like you really have to sack your opponent. In this deck, however, even though you are playing the Super Heavy Samurai cards, it's less of a machine deck and more of like an Earth Rock deck. So I guess instead of going into Gear Gigant every time, you're going into Galen Granite and then searching your Adamancipator monsters, and then you play from there. And you get to abuse the super unfair power tool Braver Dragon, which is really stupid, as well as Smoke Grenade, which it should not be a thing. I can't believe this is still not banned. Like, Konami, fix your game in the OCG at least. And the side deck, 3... Oh my god, what the hell? Jesus, 13 monsters? This has 3 trap cards. And both of them are playing Super Heavy Samurai, but this is like pure Super Heavy Samurai, so you got nothing else. But this, I guess you can at least play a bunch of spell cards, and you can get them back as well from the graveyard with Power Tool Braver. What else? We got Runic, which is, again, the kind of deck that every single time you play it, you have to take a shower, and every time you play against it, you have to take like a 5-month hiatus from the game because it's probably going to traumatize you forever. And one thing that people are doing that is really, really stupid in the deck, they're playing Sales Ban. They are declaring Amano Iwato so that you can never activate the effect of Amano Iwato that bounces itself back to the hand so that it always stays on the field, and the continuous effect will always be applied of neither player can activate monster effects. So imagine like a consistent Amano Iwato with a bunch of floodgates and a bunch of ways to like protect your Amano Iwato. It would be absolutely super cancerous. Like, you need spells and traps to win, but yeah, good luck getting there. Same thing with this. Like, this Runic deck is literally designed to destroy these 2 decks. It's a massacre. And even Purrely, when you think about it, it plays a lot of spell cards, but these spell cards really do nothing at all to counter Amano Iwato. So I could actually imagine a world in which Runic Stun might truly be the best deck, but at the same time, it won't really remain the best deck for too long because it relies on the opponent not having like a good side deck and a good main deck to beat it. But as long as people have to main deck like 25 hand traps in their deck, as you can see here, 17 hand traps, literally none of them do anything to Runic. You know, they can search on the draw phase, they can potentially draw on the draw phase. Ghost Mourner is kind of weak, but I mean, whatever, I guess it does something. Veiler, it does nothing because they can, again, summon the Hook in on draw phase. Ash is really good, it's the only one that does something. DD Crow is decent, Ghost Bell is also decent, and they can actually break boards like super easily now because the new Runic level 9 monster is just ridiculously disgusting, and it's the one way you get to summon a bunch of monsters on the field now, because before that it was kind of difficult to get there, but now it's actually really realistic. So yeah, just no, I don't even want to see this like in front of my face. It makes me want to vomit, honestly. It breaks boards like super easily. I swear to God, I'm not lying. And then Prohibition, so that you can call hand traps and not lose to hand traps, because you don't lose to your opponent's engine, only to their hand traps and their board breakers. Oh my God, what the hell is this? Anyways, this is it for this OCG breakdown. Now we're going to be moving on into this tournament. So the first place to winning deck list was Kashtira Scareclaw Manadium. I think they do have the new Manadium cards, but this guy is not playing them. Very interesting. And another interesting thing is that he's playing one Unicorn, one Field Spell, one Theosis, one Birth. I don't know. Last time I played like a very small Kashtira package in my Tier Laments deck, I break like there's no tomorrow, so definitely don't recommend. The Scareclaw monster is broken though. It's an actual Scareclaw monster on top of being a Kashtira, so you can go into the Link 1 and get your play started from there. It doesn't look like it does too much. Like Crimson Dragon into what? Like not even Hard Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity. Yeah, to me it looks underwhelming, but it did get first place, so maybe this guy's a genius and I'm stupid. Second place, or maybe not, 1 to 6th was Rescue Ace, which I actually forgot how it worked. I mean, obviously I know that it sets a bunch of cards, it has a lot of recursion, but apart from that I completely forgot, so I really have to, you know, test the deck again. Superheavy Samurai, yet again, no Crimson Dragon package. Fenrir main deck, a bunch of Bestial monsters, okay. Sanavalon Rika with Shifter main deck, what the flying frick? What is this? Dude, random decks are playing Shifter just to beat like Adamancipator. It makes sense because again, if you chain it to that grass, you win, but Jesus, holy crap. Purrely, whatever. Rescue Ace again, no Shifter this time. Kurikara, okay. Phantasme, Jesus. Hand Trap I haven't seen in a while. Alright, let's move on into YCS Tokyo. First place, Mathmech, let's go! Yes, sir, represent. After that, we got Mikanko. I don't understand anything, but again, another deck that main deck Shifter. Holy shit. I think this deck can play Shifter really well, so I'm not gonna criticize too much, but jeez, this card is everywhere. It makes no sense. Like, yeah, I use my graveyard a lot, but it's fine. I'm still gonna play Shifter. Kashtira Purrely, one Unicorn, no spell cards. Bruv, this Unicorn literally does nothing. Yeah, you can't search the field spell with Unicorn. This card literally does nothing. The Fenrir I can understand, but yeah, I wouldn't even play the Kashtira cards at this point. Just play Purrely. What? Yeah. Anyway, Super Heavy Samurai again. Whoa, holy shit. This is really different from what we've seen before. So Santa Claus, no Jizukiro? Nani? What? Jizukiro is so much better. You can search it. Anyways, Regulus, 3 Regulus. I like this guy. Scythe, okay, sure. The Super Heavy Samurai monster that you can search with Gearbox. Not bad. No Infinite Track Tunneler. Very interesting. Metal Cruncher. Very interesting. Very spicy. Recast on Avalon. Okay, finally no Shifter. Thank God. Rescue Ace. Small World. Hold on, was the other list also playing Small World? Let's see. Oh shit, no, it was there. No, yeah, actually, so maybe Small World might be the goo in Rescue Ace. Wow, that's interesting. I never thought about that. But I think it makes sense because you don't really need much to like get your stuff going. So yeah, if you can banish like a hand trap and then search your 0 attack monster instead of searching it with a Piri race map or something, then you can go places. So yeah, it's not bad. Sword Soul, yes, so they do have Protos, and for some reason the deck still sucks. That's crazy. A bunch of hand traps and it's not enough. 13 hand traps. Okay. 2 Blackout. Very interesting. Yeah, this deck looks fire. Honestly, I don't understand. Oh, only 2 Vishuda. What the hell? No Ashuna, no Adara. Really weird. Okay, very old school-ish build of Sword Soul. Bestial Dragon Link. Okay. Oh my god, Gamma and Driver 1. Really, bro? I mean, it makes sense because you can discard cards, but hold on. There was another Super Heavy Samurai list that actually played Gamma and Driver at 1. Forgot where it was. Might have been the other one. Yeah, because I skimmed through it like real quick, but yeah, sometimes I look at things, they make me lose so many brain cells that I just... Yeah, okay, you see? Yeah, 1 Gamma, 1 Driver. This is actually ridiculous, but I guess you can discard it with the Scarecrow, so it's not too bad. Super Heavy Samurai again. Holy sh... Bro, you gotta be kidding. This is not even the same. Literally not the same. Oh my... This is super copium, honestly. Yeah, hopefully people are not gonna be doing that in the TCG because this is dog shit. Anyway, Cyberstein so that you can summon Nature Exterio. Not bad. And then the Thief, of course. Branded. Okay. Well, I mean, the real name should be Despia. But yeah, this is a pretty nasty deck. Nobody's playing the Gimmick Puppet Nightmare Lock in the OCG. Because they're nice like that. And there's the, Bestial Dispatter, but not even playing the trap card to quick sync into it. Very interesting. Okay, Rescue Ace. Alright, yeah, another one. Jesus, this deck's everywhere. Runic, can we see Sales Ban? No, okay, finally. Still really Cancer, Kashtira. What the flying frick? Look at this extra deck. 3 Diabloses. Rip ban list. Literally lost 5 cards. And then Sun Avalon Rika again. So it's really interesting to see that Rika Sun Avalon is being represented a lot in here, but not really in, you know, overall in terms of numbers, because it's only 5. Very few Rika Sun Avalons were able to, you know, go to like the very far of the tournament. Like they were able to perform really well, or probably not, because this is May 13th to 24th, and this had to be like maybe a few days later. Yeah, literally held on 28, so yeah, never mind. Very incorrect statistic that I just said. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.